Another episode of Naija Football Talk. We're really excited because there is no more international football till January because of AFCON. But we're still very excited. At least we get the whole month of December to ourselves, man, to keep enjoying the wonders of club football. And we are back in your faces to discuss the best bits, the best action from the just concluded game week. My name is Chima, and with me in the studio is Kolade, Mr. Jiggy himself, and Mr. Bolu, our guy, with the cool whatever color of hair that is. We're all really happy to be back in your faces, and when we come back from this short break, we'll be going straight into the gist of the day. Stay with us.
Looking for the best websites for your next game day stake? TopBets.com.ng has the juice on all of Nigeria's best gaming websites from Nigeria's biggest gaming companies. Compare the odds and markets and make the best choice for you before you make your next stake. Check out game day reviews, previews, top tips, and predictions to help you make the best choice.
Welcome back. This is still Naija Football Talk. Special thanks to our sponsors, topbets.com.ng. We're back again because of their amazing sponsorships, and thank you once more to our subscribers who have been with us from the beginning of this journey. Even though we had a break last week, you guys are still there. You did not leave us. You kept on ratioing us on our past videos. We appreciate it. We hope you don't ratio us on this one, but you bless us with your likes, your comments on everything we're going to be discussing so far today. But we're going to start off with some of the happenings of the weekend, of the international break. We just talk on them a little bit. Like, for example, Nigeria was agog when Roberto Carlos himself and Captain Fantastic John Terry came to Nigeria through the pool of Budweiser NG, and they played a wonderful match. I heard somebody here was there. I don't know who it is.
Yeah, it was nice, seeing JT live and RC. I was
seeing a Champions League trophy, literally.
As an Arsenal fan who has never seen a Champions League,
he saw a Champions League trophy live.
Waved at him for that matter. He saw two. It's such a blessing for an Arsenal.
Yeah, it was nice to see JT live. I think he even asked for my autograph.
Interesting.
I was too busy. I was too busy to just give it. So.
Man, it was really wonderful. It was really wonderful. And the international break too was also awesome. We saw lots of interesting football, but that's not our focus today. We're going to go straight into league action, starting with the Premier League. Before that, FPL. How far now?
I had a mixed week. Let me put it that way. Salah captain, of course, but then guys like Demari Gray were not there. They didn't pull up.
You used
Demari Gray actually got subbed off.
Injured, the first half. Yeah.
Oh my goodness! Why would you even risk it? It's against Manchester City. Come
on the bench. When he missed 2 penalties, I was excited, but then he eventually
scored. Oh well, so how was your FPL?
Yeah, it was bittersweet because I had Mendy and Chilwell.
Seems like I'm the only one smiling
I had
this week.
Mendy and Chilwell, and I was scared saying, if Chelsea concede, that would be very risky. So I put Chilwell on the bench. And what did he do? He went on to give an assist and keep a clean sheet.
Wow.
So I was just...
Seems I'm the only one who's smiling this week because, everybody delivered very well for me. And I'm really happy because weeks like this come once in a bloom.
Hence the Barca jersey is wearing today.
Enjoy yourself.
All right, another big happening that happened.
Are we not supposed to take 1 minute silence for us? There was a sad event.
Exactly, that's what I was going to go into right now.
Sad weekend.
Very sad weekend for football.
So unjust,
A very big event that took place in the Premier League. When we lost one of the best tacticians in the world.
Agreed.
Who was handling the Manchester United dynasty, trying to take them to the next level. The man at the wheel who was driving them into, some place. We don't know exactly where that was, but he was driving them and he was getting there.
And we were enjoying it.
We were really enjoying
it.
It was a tough week actually for fans of Manchester United who lost.
It was not tough. They were happy. They were happy to see me.
If you let me batter them small now. Anyway, so Bolu, what do you think was the problem with Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's tenure? Banter aside, what do you think he did wrong, that made everything go alright for him at his time at Manchester United?
Let me summarize his 3 years in a nutshell. He was out of his depth, and That's just the fact. He came in as Molde's manager. He took Cardiff. He relegated Cardiff. And taking over Manchester United. I didn't expect much more than what he did, honestly. And the stats are all there. He's the only manager after Sir Alex Ferguson who didn't win a trophy, which is funny because you think he was the most successful in terms of bringing back that DNA, but he didn't win anything
with it.
So I think we're just out of his depth, really. And what was eventually going to happen. Even though I'm sad, I expected at least at the end of the season get more tears. But it was a good ride. 3 years.
They are getting Carrick, so who knows?
Just to buttress
the whole thing may just continue.
What Bolu said quickly, I think there was a lot of mediocrity under Ole at Manchester United. Manchester United growing up, Manchester United was that club where you see their fans are literally angry that they are winning one trophy instead of two or three. But we got a Manchester United where Maguire is their captain, where they are celebrating third place or second place, and
where they celebrate a Wan-Bissaka
the standards just really dropped under Ole, and that led to his sack.
Anyway, the Norwegian is gone right now. He's no longer at the wheel, and Michael Carrick is taking over as interim manager. Hopefully, it turns out to be it turns out to be an Ole case. After maybe winning 1 or 2 games, they become very impressed and give him a long-term contract. We would love to see it. All right, let's move on straight into Chelsea's win. It's now routine for Chelsea. Chelsea is always winning all the time.
That's how we do.
That's how you do indeed. But right now, Kolade, who can stop the Tuchel ban?
Who can stop them? Well, that question is we can't really answer, but what I was saying now is that Chelsea, they are playing really confident football. People are saying Tuchel's system, why is it so flawless? I don't think it's exactly flawless, but I think it's the discipline I'm seeing from the players. I'm really like, how did this guy become
How did he get so good?
So good. And when you see Reece James too, he has improved his standards. I think the comparisons with Trent, they're only doing him good because he's upping his game every week. So I think the players themselves, aside Tuchel, they've stepped up. So that's
what a good manager does to a team.
All right, so let me ask you, the Chelsea fan right now. Obviously you have your biases. You probably say nobody, but what exactly do you think is making his system, Tuchel's system, very flawless right now at Chelsea? Because it's basically the same players that Lampard left for him before Lampard was sacked. There was no additions this season, if I'm not mistaken.
Just Lukaku.
So not big additions, but not really
in terms of personnel.
You get. So what exactly is making his system so flawless? Why is it so hard to beat your team?
I think it's the system that Tuchel has put in place. It's not just that; it's the system and the standards he has set. We have a very good squad, and he has set a standard and a system that this is how I want to play, and this is the level of performance I want every single match day. And the players are just living up to it because they are world class. There are a lot of world class players there, and they are just stepping up to what has been laid down. And now it's a case at Chelsea of if you are not performing at the level expected, you are out of the team. Someone is taking your place, and we now have, and Tuchel is managing the squad so well that the players understand that, okay, yes, I've not done well enough, and that's why my competitors should be playing. And what I'll do to get back into the team is to work hard enough and show that I deserve to be back in the team. And that's the way it should work in football. And I think that's what's happening, and it's so good to see.
Yeah, it's good to see from a neutral standpoint, but from a rival standpoint, it can be very annoying because a lot of us have been predicting the end of this honeymoon phase, which I still believe Chelsea is still in, and we're hoping very soon it comes to an end.
Please predict Barca getting out of their mess first.
Come on, we have Xavi now.
Please.
We have Xavi now, so we're going to get out of this mess very soon.
Be careful. It's been just 1 week. Be careful.
All right, so now we're going to be looking at the main gist of this Premier League segment. It is a fullback show in England this season. Reece James, Ben Chilwell, João Cancelo, and Trent Alexander-Arnold.
What's Ben Chilwell doing there?
Come on, he's been performing. It's your FPL not
Isn't
smiling
better
because
than
of you. You literally just lost some, points that would have given you get. So Ben Chilwell and Trent Alexander-Arnold, they've really been turning up the heat on every single team they've played in the Premier League this season, and there's a lot of debate as to who is the better fullback. So we're just going to look at all of these players but we'll start with Kolade first. Who do you think is the better fullback?
Between all these players you just mentioned right now, it's a difficult question to answer depending on the kind of system you want. And I think a more appropriate question to ask is who is the more informed player.
I don't think there's an answer to that. If that's the case, then all of them are informed. I mean, just this week, all of them delivered.
Yeah.
So last week, I think the last game week too, all of them delivered. So all of them are informed.
Yeah, but if I'm to go with current form right now, I'll go with Reece James.
Okay, for what reason?
Because he's doing something different that Trent isn't doing, in the sense that he's not just creating, but he's scoring goals.
Okay.
He's scoring goals as well, and also Trent. Even this season, Trent has been caught on a number of occasions. Even against the defeat against West Ham, he was caught. It cost them a lot of goals, and in the Champions League as well, he has been caught on several occasions because he can't track back. Reece James is more. He has more balance. He's more balanced, and so if I'm a coach that wants that balance in my team, I will go for Reece James. But if I'm simply a coach, I just want to go all out attack, I don't care, then I'll go for Trent.
So what now happens to João Cancelo, who is literally carrying Manchester City on his back, Bolu?
Cancelo is I would agree with Kolade's assessment of Reece James and Trent.
Obviously.
Yeah, obviously actually. Obviously, but he's not lying, because what he's saying is factual. But then what makes Cancelo special is the fact that he's versatile on both sides, left and right back. Not just that, his passing game is something. He's on another level. That guy passes like a number 10. I see him passing the ball from the back. Is that
the assist to Sterling this week
was amazing.
Wicked.
You just can't. Yeah. That's the kind of pass you imagine when you're walking on the street and you see an empty bottle and you just kick it. That's the kind of fantasy pass we all literally dream of. And this guy made it in the Premier League. He does this thing effortlessly every week. Remember his pass for Bernardo Silva's goal against United also. He does it every single week, left or right back, and that's what makes him special. But then I think I'll still go with Reece James, of course, for the fact that he plays on my team, but then also because of the balance he gives, the technique he has as a goal scorer, his goal scoring technique, the strength he has as a defender. You can't get past him, you can't run past him. He's strong, he's fast, he can shoot with either foot. It's just everything you need, and I'll still go
on the strength of their chance creation. Anyway, a lot of people like to rank Trent higher than all of these fullbacks I've mentioned. I've not mentioned Ben Chilwell because he's just there.
He's a left back.
He's just there. Let's leave the left back anyway. But he also delivers. But I've not mentioned him because he's just there. But on the topic of their chance creation, a lot of people like to rank Trent higher because a lot of his crosses either get converted or either get hit.
Let me cut in there. Do you know that's because of the system Liverpool play?
Okay.
Yeah, that's why. That's the major reason why. Because Liverpool depend heavily on their wide threats, and Trent is the main guy who does the delivery.
So does that mean that if Chelsea or maybe Manchester City had a playing style similar to what Liverpool had, then Trent will not be in this discussion at all? Because everybody should know by now that I have a very big bias against that young man.
It's not just about having a system, it's about having people to finish up what you make of those chances. You will agree with me that Liverpool, I think their forwards have scored the most goals, 30 goals this season. Yeah, their forwards. So that shows their efficiency up there. When Trent whips in a cross, he knows that there's a Salah, there's a Mane, there's a Firmino,
there's a Jota too.
Somebody that can get in on the end of my crosses. For Reece James, it's a bit more difficult because Chelsea right now, the way they are playing like an old team. Everyone's scoring goals from all over the pitch. So it's more difficult for James to just pinpoint one person
and send the ball to them.
Yeah, so that's why I also say that Trent spams crosses a lot. He spams crosses a lot per game, like, bro.
I think it was last season that he had almost 50 crosses in a game.
He spams crosses
in one of the games that Liverpool was trying to win by all means. I cannot remember exactly.
It was one of those games where they struggled at home.
Yeah, and he was just spamming crosses.
At least some of his crosses work, on like one guy at Manchester United that plays the ball like this.
I would really like to see when United finally get a permanent manager. I would really like to see if Wan-Bissaka is a starter.
Or even Luke Shaw, Shobeto Carlos. I would like to see how.
Shobeto Carlos is even good in forward areas. That's how I got the nickname. But then Wan-Bissaka, I want to see what a real manager does with that guy. If he ends up playing on the right side of the back.
Anyway, it still remains the fullback show on the EPL this season, and it's really a joy to watch. I mean, these players have really redefined what it means to be a fullback in football, and it's bringing a lot of joy to to fans who just love seeing beauty happen, especially João Cancelo. I'm a bit biased, I'm sorry, but yeah, we're hoping to see more and more beautiful football from these guys. This has been the Premier League segment on Naija Football Talk, and when we come back, we'll be looking at action from other leagues, including Barcelona. Stay with us.
Looking for the best websites for your next game day stake? Topbets.com.ng has the juice on all of Nigeria's best gaming websites from Nigeria's biggest gaming companies. Compare the odds and markets and make the best choice for you before you make your next stake. Check out game day reviews, previews, top tips, and predictions to help you make the best choice.
Welcome back to Naija Football Talk. Special thanks to our sponsors, stopbets.com.ng, and special thanks to you for watching and staying with us up to this point in time. I hope you've enjoyed our discussion so far. Please leave a like, leave a comment on everything that we've spoken about so far. Let us know your thoughts on who the better fullback is. I mean, we just had a mini debate and we looked at their qualities and we saw that some of them are better than the rest in some areas. And now we're going straight into issues, gists, actions, happenings from the other leagues across Europe. We're going to be starting with La Liga, where we saw Xavi Hernandez come back to take charge. I have to be happy, my guy. A wind of change has come to the Camp Nou.
You got Ole Pro Max to Camp Nou. I'm excited.
What do you mean? Come on, our manager is a winner.
Ole with a Spanish passport.
Our manager is a winner. I mean, as those in Qatar.
Chima, how many times have you worn this jersey on set this season?
Why were you wearing an Ajax jersey just 2 episodes ago?
On our plan.
Every little thing is gonna be alright.
And everything has become alright now. Why can't
by beating Espanyol 1-0. We shall see.
Okay.
All right, banter aside. So, Bolu, what did you think about Xavi's first game in charge of Barcelona?
In 2 words, tiki-taka. There's so much. Well, I didn't expect anything else, honestly. That's what you expect from Barcelona. I tried to bring back the DNA FC. Yeah, we all know about that. Yeah, DNA. Win, please. Just win something. Let people respect you, not just trying to be nostalgic with everything. But yeah, it's brought back the style of play, and he wants to depend on youngsters. And the truth is, for the youngsters he's playing, that's the only style of football they know. That's the football education.
That's the football education they've been given.
They were given while I was growing up in La Masia. So I didn't expect anything else. And it looks like a sustainable system, to be honest. It's a very attack-minded, possession-heavy system, But the thing is, eventually, when it comes to the big boys, you are playing with young players.
Yeah.
These boys are 17, 18, 19. They played at La Masia all their lives.
Yeah.
Even the old ones that they are washed up, they're past it. So I still don't see them beating big teams. They will do it against medium La Liga sides. Yes, of course. You people will smile and be happy. But is that really what Barca has turned to now?
Well, true.
Where you used to be.
And speaking of getting back to where Barcelona used to be, I mean, Xavi came in with a whirlwind, making changes here and there.
Yeah, and even the Camp Nou was so full. That was their best attendance.
This season so far, 74,000, and it was
75,000. I heard average attendance is around 40,000.
40,000, 30,000. We got 70 plus, and it was massive. All because our legends, Xavi, came back. And like I said, he came with a whirlwind of change, moving people from department to department, getting people fired, replacing them, imposing laws and fines and everything. As a fan,
Frank Lampard.
That's it. It's talking
Frank
about
Lampard had the whole list of fines. 1,000 was the list of the fine. Where is Frank Lampard now? Jobless.
From the outside, does this look like a sustainable model to you?
Are you talking about his fines and all of that?
Everything basically that Xavi has done, all the changes. Now the team does not go with their private cars to games in Camp Nou again.
Yeah.
They all have to meet at a location and enter the team bus.
All those things don't matter.
So all of these changes, I mean, is Xavi's way of trying to, bring back team spirit, make everybody cohesive once again. So from the outside, do this look absurd? Is it taking away player freedoms? Or do you think it's actually something that the club needs to be able to get back to winning ways?
It depends on how you look at it, because for a while now, Barcelona, they've lacked proper leadership, both on and off the pitch.
Yeah.
And when I say proper leadership, it's coming from the fact that the club's hierarchy, they've been very, you know what?
Yeah, you don't need to tell
what Bartomeu did to the club. Yes, so I feel like he's trying to first of all bring his own backyard into order. He's trying to restore that discipline, leave a mark on what he wants. But on the flip side, I mean, telling players not to be with their phones on team bosses and all that, it seems a bit extreme. They're professionals, but they're also humans after all. So
they're also young men.
And when you consider that most of these guys are young players, I mean, it's at some point it might seem forced, it might seem imposed, but let's just see how the players take it.
Let's just see how it goes, man. We really need the change to happen so that I can start wearing this jersey more often, you know, to Naija Football Talk set. All right, that's it for Barcelona, and now we're going to be looking at the Inter-Napoli game, although we're not going to be looking at it because we're running out of time, but it was a banger of a game. I mean, Inter-Napoli went down to the wire, 5-goal thriller went down to the wire. Inter eventually ran out 3-2 winners in that very, very heated tie at the San Siro, and it was quite an interesting game. In fact, one of
Napoli's first loss.
Napoli's first loss of the season, and now they are tied with AC Milan for first place. And the Serie A is really shaping up to be the most interesting league, if you ask me, this season. I mean, PL is doing its own bits, La Liga is doing its own bits, Bundesliga is doing its own bits, but the battle for supremacy in the Serie A this season is something we've not seen in quite a while. I mean, and it was very evident in that Inter-Napoli game. Unfortunately, our star boy Victor Osimhen also suffered an injury to his eye socket. I mean, they bust my guy eye, man, to show you how tough that game was. And he's going to be out for about a month, and we're hoping that he recovers in time for AFCON. So speedy recovery, bro. We're really rooting for you. Please, may your eye deal where I beg. And please, Inter people, don't do it again. All right, Messi also scored his first League One goal. I mean,
finally.
As a Barcelona fan, we're happy. He's proving, you know, he's proving that he can do it outside of La Liga too. I mean, for all of you guys who want to keep bantering him, now he has scored. Banter don't die. Thank you very much.
Now Chaluba has more goals than Messi.
I mean,
just before you end this episode, you know I say my God always comes to for me. You guys noticed that they didn't mention Liverpool Arsenal game. I was very lucky, and I made sure I made sure I didn't remind him anyway.
It's an irrelevant game.
Yes, that's what always happens.
We are getting closer to the.
But it's what happens. I mean, 4-0 to Arsenal, 4-0 to Liverpool.
Atata argued with Klopp and got 4 goals.
And got 4 goals in return. I mean, that was the biggest revenge that Klopp could give him. You know, disrespectful manager.
Don't go to Anfield and be backing at their manager.
All right, football has been very wonderful this week, and like I said, no more international breaks till January for us who are Africans, where we get to watch AFCON, and for other nationalities, no more international break till March, and club football is going to be going on until that period. It's going to be quite a spectacle, and we're really looking forward to seeing it. When we come back from this short break, we'll be wrapping up the show. And that's been our show on this week's episode of Naija Football Talk. Thank you so much for staying with us. We've had a lot of fun on set today, as you can see. It's been quite a wild ride. We're very excited that international football is no longer going to happen anytime soon. I mean, it usually puts us down in the dumps, but now club football is going to be going on swiftly, steadily, and games are coming in hard and fast. We have all the competitions lined up until at least March, where we're going to be enjoying premium football and definitely going to be serving you sweet banter. We have a very special guest coming in December, in the month of December, so make sure you stick around, make sure you keep your eyes peeled for that big reveal. Thank you once more to our sponsor, stopbets.com.ng, for keeping this show on the air, helping us keep this show on the air, and we love you, our subscribers, once again for doing this. Please share this content with your family, friends, and everybody you know, and especially to Manchester United fans, so that we can, commiserate with them and Arsenal fans on the loss of their wonderful tactician. And until we come your way with another beautiful episode of Naija Football Talk, From me, Chima, Kolade, and Bolu, as usual, stay jiggy.